Hey folks, this is Best in Slot. Welcome back to Prehistoric Kingdom and welcome to the brand new Update 11. This is available right now on Steam for all of you who own the game for free. And it adds not only 2 brand new genera and 3 species of dinosaur, both of which I'll show you today, but a whole new staff logistics system kind of shebang where you'll be managing various staff types, moving food around your parks, bringing in deliveries, all this kind of jazz. Of course, if you want to ignore all of that, you can just play on Sandbox and turn it all off and not have to worry about it. Today though, I'm going to show you how it all works right here in challenge mode. So we've got ourselves a brand new park, and I'm just going to hop into the nursery over here. We actually have one of the brand new Plateosauruses unlocked by default. This is Plateosaurus gracilis, so we're just going to pop one of those. There's Annika, she's on the way. So we're going to build an exhibit for Annika, and I'm going to show you how all this new stuff works. Let's build Annika a slightly bigger exhibit because she's a big lass. Now, one of the cool new things in this, not just staff, not just new dinosaurs, but a new Paleopedia. So if we come over here to the left-hand side and look over here, you'll see the Paleopedia. And when you first load it up, it'll look something like this. You can see all the different dinosaurs. We can heart them and pick our favorites, as you can see. And we can actually search for the dinosaur we want. So we know we have a Plateosaurus gracilis on the way. I'm going to click that. There it is, looking beautiful. We can listen to its noises. We can find its formation on the map. Eventually, there will be notes from Nigel Marvin. And really cool little feature here, the paddock. We can increase the number of dinosaurs. It's got like a recommended, but we can increase the number and see how the exhibit size changes, how big we have to build our exhibit to accommodate the dinosaur. We can also see the biomes, the forest and water needs. We can see its enrichment and feed needs and life cycle and all that kind of jazz. Really, really cool requirements. Going to get some detailed stuff here. Breeding requirements, certain months. That's an interesting idea for the future. Anyways, so we know we need these for our Plateosaurus. So let's grab ourselves a flat feeder with plants and we'll grab a water bowl as well. I'm not going to worry too much about that. We're here about this. So, begun Paleopedia. We now have a feeder ready. Now, it isn't automatically populated anymore. We do have to do a little bit of work. The first thing we need to do is add in a brand new staff gate. That's the third option here now on the fences. And you can see we've got various gates of various sizes. We're just going to pick the slightly appropriate one, which is that lovely thing over there. Really cool little detail thing. Feels very sturdy, very hardy. It feels like a dinosaur appropriate zoo gate. Never mind that it looks so ridiculously powerful, and then the fence is the weakest thing in human history, but that's neither here nor there. I love that big red light. We've got warning symbols, stuff only beyond this point, little keypads, all that kind of jazz. But there's no point in having a staff gate if you don't have any staff. So it's time to check out some new buildings. We're going to go into park infrastructure down here. You'll see there's been some UI changes. And we're going to grab ourselves a staff center. I'm just going to plop this down over here. Okay. And in the staff center, if we open this up, you'll see there's now 3 new types of staff member. We can get laborers. Laborers are people who just move stuff around the park, basically transfer food, transfer goods, to sell in shops and stuff like that. So you're going to want people, laborers, ready to shuffle things around. As you can see, they've all got different names. They've all got different, little about sections, which is really cool. And they've got different costs and different monthly prices. Better laborers cost a little bit more money. Who do we like the sound of name-wise? I like Randy Lewis. He's not very good, but I like him anyway. Cashiers, we don't really need to worry about hiring these. Well, we can if we want to, but whenever you put down a shop and it doesn't have a cashier, it will auto-populate with the staff member. It'll auto-hire someone to fill that role. You can turn that off if you want to, but it's probably easier to just leave it on. Finally, and probably most importantly, we need a keeper, someone who's going to go and feed our dinosaurs, someone who's going to collect the feces, which is very important in this new system. Who do we like the name? We like Angela Clark. She seems like a go-getter. So let's hire Angela. So we've got staff members. They're ready to rock. And actually, I'll just show you this very quickly. If we hop into our modular prefabs, we grab ourselves a Giganto Gifts. Let's make sure we've got angle snap on. Lovely jubbly. Let's just set that up in there. Bum, bum, bum. And if we hit play, it should. Yeah, you can see here we've got 2 of them, actually. We've got a cashier there. We've got David Young has auto appeared and is now going to run in and take over No, yeah, there he goes. So as you see, that little symbol disappeared. David is now in there. I don't know why I've got a second one, but that's probably for the entrance, possibly. Anyways, now the problem is, as you can see, the shop doesn't have anything to sell. There's a little symbol here saying you've got no stock, and the feeder has no food. So it doesn't matter if we've got cashiers, it doesn't matter if we've got shop keeps, it doesn't matter if we've got keepers, because they've got nothing to put into the shops. And there's a few different ways we're going to add things to sell and add things to feed our dinosaurs with. And this is where the logistics loop really comes into practice. So let's hop back to our park infrastructure. And we're going to click the second tab over here for park logistics. This is where most of the new stuff is found. There's a few different things we're going to want. The first is a loading bay. You're going to want one of these pretty early on. Boop. And a loading bay is going to use a truck to go and pick up various goods. It's going to be meals for your restaurants and such, merchandise for your shops, plants, meat, insects, fish, and fruit for your dinosaurs. And you can choose what you want them to pick up. So for example, right now, we probably don't want any of these four. We probably just want meals, merch, and plants to get our zoo running and rocking, right? So if we hit play any second now, there we go. There is our truck. If we wanted more, if we felt we needed more resources, we could hire more trucks. And that's a really good way to just keep your supply of things going. You're going to need it for meals and merch in particular. But maybe you want to save some money. Let's figure out how we can do just that. So, still here on park logistics, you can see we've got several feeders. We've got fish, fruit, insects, meat, mixed, that produces a little bit of everything, and plants. These are produce stations. What we need is plants, of course, so let's grab a produce station plants. And I'll tell you what, we'll grab another one just to show it off. Let's get insects, because you know, they like the termite feeder, the Plateosaurus. So we've got these new produce stations, and these will produce a certain amount of plants and a certain amount of insects per month. Not that many, but as you can see there, they're making a little bit of both at the moment. Now, as you can also see, it says no compost. Production is slowed. And how do you get compost? Of course, with feces. So that is another new building, the Compost Heap. This lovely looking thing over here. Ideally, you should probably have these all next to each other, but shush. So we're going to throw in our Compost Heap over here. And I'm just going to throw in another little gate and do a little cheeky path. So they're now all linked together. And basically, as your dinosaurs consume food, so you will need you're going to need a truck depot initially to get that initial food in. But as your dinosaurs eat, they create feces, as they all want to do. That feces then comes over here. So your staff members will bring the dung over to the compost heap, and the compost heap will turn dung into compost. And then people will take it, and this is why you probably want these next to each other. People will take the compost from the compost heap over here, and they'll add it to the production. So whilst these do work otherwise, and you can see you can actually look at both at once, which is, I think, pretty cool. Let me just split that one. Whilst these do work on their own, you can see it's slowed. So if we have compost from dung, we get more food, we can feed our dinosaurs more, and we can become less reliant on getting things delivered other than meals and merch and stuff like that. So you can see how it becomes this kind of self-perpetuating loop. You know, as soon as you're sort of going, as soon as you've got any dung being produced, you turn that into compost, you use that to make food, you give it to your dinosaurs, they in turn make dung, and the whole thing kind of just feeds itself in this lovely self-sustaining loop. However, let's say things are going really well. There's one more thing you can do. We have these new storage facilities. So we've got two different types here. We've got one for storage goods, which is this lovely thing over here. And we've got one for storage produce. So basically this is for your merch and your meals, as you can see here on the right hand side. And this is for all your feeder items. So if you end up producing too much food, or you get too much food delivered, you can store it in here. And then you're going to want to use your laborers, and this is what laborers are really good for. Your laborers will come up to these storage facilities, and they will they'll grab the food and they'll move it around. You can redistribute it, or they'll take it from here, and keepers can come and then move it over into your exhibits. So let's put a Plateosaurus into our exhibit. All right, annoyingly that happened while I was speeding up time, but as you can see, our keeper, Angela Clark, there she is. These are our new keeper models, much better looking humans than we've ever had in the past, with their terrifying flat faces and her slightly wobbly hat. But she looks great. She looks really good. She's got her wellies on. She looks like a proper zookeeper. And as you can see, she has delivered some vegetables for our Plateosaurus. You know, we had it down as a vegetable feeder. we needed veg. And she took it from over here and delivered it over there. So our Plateosaurus is ready. Let's release them into our park. There she is. Right, now, before we spend too... Oh. Talk to me, Nigel. Nigel hates me. Okay, I think that was meant to be Nigel, but maybe he's not in for Plateosaurus quite yet. Let's go to her habitat. As you can see, she needs a little bit more forest. And she's got water thanks to that, but we might throw some in. Nice and easy. There we go. New high score. Max exhibit score. She loves it, she does. Absolutely loves it. And there is our happy Plateosaurus. Now, living, eating, producing dung. So hopefully, we'll keep her around and she'll produce us some feces. It's a weird thing to say, but that's kind of what we're hoping for right now. Annika, commit feces for me, please. But anyways, hopefully that is a good overview of how the staff system works and how it becomes this self-propagating loop. And that might just be that lad in the distance over there. Randy Lewis, he's restocking, so this is our labourer, again, looking amazing. The hat, you know when you get hold of a chicken, as I'm sure you all do regularly. Also, I really like this. It's in his little trolley, he's got his little boxes, it's great. You know how you get hold of a chicken, and if you kind of lift it up, and you do a Lion King thing, and you kind of move the chicken in a circle, and the head stays in the same position. That's kind of what this feels like with Randy. Except the hat is the body of the chicken. Randy, I built you a lovely pathway. Why are you doing this to me? Where's he going? Randy's lost. I'm not surprised. Randy should be, hopefully. Oh, he's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. There we go. Oh, are we in? Are we in? Good job, Randy. So, as you can see, yeah, the items physically restock, which is really cool. Randy's on the job. It's amazing. Randy's on the move. And as we can see, if we zoom out, that annoying little symbol is no longer there. What are you up to, buddy? You are beautiful, but we haven't looked at our dinosaur whatsoever, but this is Annika, our Plateosaurus fragilis, who is... I mean, this cinematic camera makes me so happy. There's something about just the black bars is all I need to be happy. Just to make something feel epic and cinematic. She's just having a little wander, but God, she's a stunner. Plateosaurus, a absolute fan favorite dinosaur. Our basal sauropodomorph, you know, eventually part of a group that would become sauropods. You can see a little bit of it there with the long neck, with the small head, those thick thighs. Those forelimbs would begin to grow longer and longer as time progressed. This cinematic camera is doing things to my heart, I tell you. Yeah, she looks absolutely beautiful. She sounds fantastic. She's got these almost snake-like hisses going on. Very representative of... No, she's a big girl. She's using those forelimbs to still scratch and rummage around for foliage to get hold of. I was just looking at Leelasaur, and as you can see, unlike the Plateosaurus, which needs a little bit of love in this regard, we actually have all the different Nigel lines right here. We have all of Nigel's thoughts, so we can listen, for example, to line 2.
I often hear parents begging us to open a petting zoo, if only because their children won't stop asking to pet the Laellynasaura. Personally, I've found these dinosaurs to be rather skittish. So I don't think they take well to flocks of children grabbing at their tails.
Right you are, Nigel. Right you are. I love the sound effects on this thing. It's this mix of these guttural roars or guttural calls, these like bubbling effects, and these basilisk-esque, these hisses, these very lizardy, desert lizard sounding hiss effects. It's a really interesting mix. And very suitable for such a primal dinosaur. This is a Triassic era dinosaur, you know, one of the earliest Hello. One of the earliest dinosaurs that we've discovered. You know, it should feel sort of raw and primal in those sound effects. Can't get over her. She's a beaut. Okay, Laura and Marie are both ready. These are all over 2. See, they're quite a lot bigger, actually. Although, of course, there is variation between them, as you would expect. And, of course, it has just started raining as I showcase them. But there they are. Laura, Marie, and Annika. Laura, Marie, and Annika. Looking beautiful. Annika, the smallest of the bunch, the runt of the litter. Are we all happy, Laura? How you feeling, Laura? Laura's not thrilled. Laura could be happier. Laura has a teeny tiny bit too much The paddock's too big, too small, as you can see, crowded. And the forest is a tiny bit on the wrong side. So let me have a look at Anika. So Anika has slightly lower forest requirements. So I'm just going to kill a little bit of forest and hope that we can get them, there we go, just about on side. Of course, we need to make the paddock bigger, but I'm not going to. So we've just unlocked a new dinosaur, Laellynasaura, and it is soaking wet. So I'm not going to show you that right now. What I am going to show you are some brand new props that have also been added as part of update 11, and they'll probably be over here in the prop section because they're props. And we're going to zoom in down here because they are backstage props. If you like building your own backstage areas and, you know, faffing about with that kind of stuff, you're going to really like this collection of items. So got a bunch of new things. Dry erase boards, I think, is new. You know, really good for like staff centers. Not good for this wall in particular, but good for staff centers and stuff like that, which is pretty sweet. It's upside down, which is pretty sweet. What have we got? Staff meeting, 3 PM. Got a little zoo poster. Who stole my coffee? Grrk. I fed sauropods at Prehistoric Kingdom. Nigel meeting feed Mao, of course. Mao probably needs a lot of food. Clean cars, get new tools, touch grass. There is the classic Prehistoric Kingdom logo from back in the day. Very cool to see that. It was horrendous, but it's cool. Feeding times, 9:45 AM for Peanut, 10 AM for Habitat 3. Why does... That's Mao again. Who stole my coffee? Reminder, food delivery, 4:35 PM, pizza party on Monday. And there's someone in a shoe. So there you go. Anyways, you've got a bunch of other ones. You've got a dry erase board as well, doing the same sort of thing. Is it the same? Stop drawing. No, it's not the same. Let's check this one out as well. Stop drawing sus. No. There's Emily. And animal feed storage are 1. Let me lay down some ground rules, kidder. Don't be a dick and have the doors open and or unlocked, because the last time our staff member did that, the Protoceratops escaped its enclosure and ate half our something feed. It had to go through emergency surgery and we had to buy a shit ton of extra feed for the month. Anyways, we've got I can't remember if the hoses are new, but we've got hoses, we've got some tools like shovels and such. We've got wheelbarrows, we've got ladders, including step ladders. We've got shipping containers, very cool, and some boxes as well. All, you know, customizable, resizable. Brr, brr, brr. God, I love Prehistoric Kingdom. It is wild that we can do that. It looks like this monolithic alien come to destroy the planet. It's brilliant. We've got some shipping pallets, just a bunch of really cool, various things, basically, that you can use to build up the backstage area of your park as you so choose. Okay, stop raining. So, little quick exhibit. We're going to throw in some animal care. They're going to want plant feeders as well. Throw in a feeder. Lovely jubbly. Let's pull up our hatchery over here. That is completely the wrong button. Fantastic. Pull up our animal nursery. I will eventually call that correct name. And Laellynasaura. Laellynasaura? I did Google this and they said Lee, but then Nigel said lie. Or Laellynasaura. Let's go Laellynasaura amicographica. Fantastic name. And 3, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the little feathery thing. That tail is remarkable. It's so floofy. And it kind of, as we move it, it kind of catches the motion and fluffs around. It's just a huge drooping thing. The Laellynasaura had a tail like 100% or like 50% bigger than the rest of its body. Basically, the tail is like twice its body combined. It's mad. So we've got Equinox. We've got Hibernal. There we go. This kind of more winter-appropriate sort of skin, as you can see there. Slight differences in the tail as well. Equinox has more fluff on the tail and a bigger drooping tail at the back there. You can see Equinox a little bit smaller. And then we've got Vernal, which is even smaller than that. So it's the order of floofiness. I don't know why Equinox is permanently there, but either way, it goes down in order of floofiness, which is the correct order, by the way. This is Angela Cam. She's coming. Oh, Lord, she's coming. And then she's going to turn into a werewolf, I suspect, given that beautiful moon in the distance, peeking over the clouds. What's she going to do? What's she going to do? What's she going to do? Can she do it? Oh, she's done it. She's done it. And she threw the wheelbarrow in as well. It'd be nice if they had like an empty wheelbarrow to take back. These are very small, minor little details. I know there's like a couple little bug things here and there, or weird things with the hat. This is all brand new. The game is still, you know, beta and stuff like that, and early access. This is a huge new system they've thrown into the game. It's really impressive that it works as well as it does already. I'm really Really impressed. I love this sort of staff loop system we've got going on. The only problem I have with it is I never seem to get any dung. I did this before and I didn't get any dung either, so I'm not sure why that is. I don't know if it's just because I don't have enough dinosaurs, or maybe like it's getting turned into compost too quickly, you know, that I'm not seeing it essentially. Okay, it's a beautiful new day. Let's try out our Laellynasaura, which I have had to keep practicing saying it quickly because it's very difficult otherwise. So, terrible little exhibit for them over here, which is perfect for our purposes. We're going to grab Lady, Maya, and Stella, our 3 different skins. And we can take a look at her in a little bit more detail first of all. Absolutely, this is my favourite of the 3 skins. I think this is Equinox. It looks fantastic with that big, humongous, droopy, fluffy, feathery tail. And it's raining. And then we've got Maya with this kind of spotted patterning. A little bit thinner on the... That is humongous. It really is like the size of her entire body, just the tip of the tail. Maya, and then Stella, who appears to be the biggest of the bunch. But again, beautiful skin colouring there, beautiful feather patterning. And as you can see, unlike some of the others, Stella has sort of a little bit of her face sort of uncovered by feathering and the feet uncovered by feathering as well. But if we come over here and look at Lady, more of the feet are uncovered, all the way up to sort of the knee there, but her face is entirely covered with feathering, I think. Yeah, basically. Lovely little chirpy noises, exactly what you'd expect. Oh, from a dinosaur that looks like this. I really wish it would stop raining. I am playing on the UK map, to be fair, so of course it would rain 24/7. I kind of brought that on myself, it must be said. Oh, actually, what we have to do...
This little cutie is Laellynasaura. Laellynasaura was named after its discoverer's daughter, Laelyn. If I was ever lucky enough to name a dinosaur, I'd like to think I'd do the same.
Oh, Nigel. I wonder how much stay Nigel gets in these. You know, like that one, did he just throw that in himself? Does he get told exactly what to say? Be curious. No. I'm
During
a creep.
the Cretaceous period, the region of Australia that this...
I just wanted to showcase the button there. Nice little handy button. Oh, hello, beautiful. Nice little handy button. You can just boop. Not that you'd ever want to shut Nigel up, but if you do want the option, there's a nice handy disconnect call button right there, and you can give that a little tap, and Nigel will go away for an indeterminate amount of time. Yeah, they are stunningly beautiful creatures. They really are. The sheen on the feathers, the patterning, those intense red eyes, the vibrate. She's hopped up on sugar. Maya has had a wild time. The feathers on the tail. Where's my big one? Where's my big one? You're over there. Look at that absolute beauty. And it's raining again. For the love of God, never build in England. Never build in England or the UK at all. I can't remember where in England we are. Where in the UK we are, but oh, they're so cute. They're actually so cute. It's heartbreaking. Little chirps, little squeaks. The way the tail just swift around there, that's a real word, as she moved. Look at that thing, gigantic. I mean, just look at the body length. It's literally twice her entire body length just contained in the tail. That's mad. They're really interesting little creatures. The Plateosaurus is really cool. It's a fan favourite. It's really cool as a Triassic dinosaur and to have one of these basal sauropodomorphs in the game. I just think Laellynasaura is more interesting to look at and cuter. But really happy to have Plateosaurus as well because, like I say, big fan favourite dinosaur. And really cool to have more Triassic dinosaurs in the roster, along with the likes of Coelophysis, of course, that we already have in the game at the moment. Anyways, Paleopedia, logistics, staff members, Laellynasaura, Plateosaurus, backstage props. We've got a bunch of brand new things in Update 11 for Prehistoric Kingdom. Update 12 or 13? No, one of them. Update 12 is going to be like a smaller one. Should be out a little bit sooner than the others, but it's a smaller update. I believe it's adding Ankylosaurus, though, which is really exciting. And then Update 13 is adding 3 new genera of dinosaurs. So things keep happening. Big things keep coming. Loads of stuff to look forward to as per usual in Prehistoric Kingdom. It's on sale at the moment, I believe, on Steam, so definitely go check it out for yourselves. Pick it up if you haven't done so already. It's getting better and better all the time. It now functions as a management sim, so if you've been holding off, this would be a really good time to get hold of the game. I would expect it to maybe get a little bit more expensive out of early access, so it's a good time to pick it up now. And honestly, one of my favourite things to do personally is to watch games like this in early access and see how they develop. You know, I remember playing this when it wasn't even called Prehistoric Kingdom, and it was a very different game back then. So it's just really cool to see how far they've come, and it's just getting closer and closer to being a proper, stupendous park management sim. A few niggles here and there, but nothing huge, and 2 beautiful new dinosaurs. Oh, sound like ducks a little bit. Definitely sound like small birds. What you'd expect. Anyways, that's Prehistoric Kingdom Update 11. Thank you so much for joining me. It's raining again. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye.